As a next step in this edit, we are going to convert this photograph to black and white in order to start adjusting light and shadows. It's much simpler to work with the light when we are not distracted by colors in the image. This is the method that I prefer when I'm working on my portraits. So let's convert this image to black and white with the black and white tool. Having the top layer selected after we removed halo from the image, we need to go on this little icon and select from the drop-down menu black and white. That way Photoshop creates automatically conversion, so this is the default presets. Now we can try to move these sliders a little bit to already enhance the colors in the image in our black and white conversion the way to our liking. So as we remember, the sky was combined of cyans and blues, so if I would like to increase the contrast in black and white conversion, I can try to move these sliders, the cyan and blue. I just need to open another window. We need the histogram to keep our eye on this graph. It's very important because when I start moving these sliders, I can cause issues. I can start clipping highlights or shadows, and at this stage for sure we want to avoid this. So let's drag the cyan slider towards the right hand side. That way it is brightening all the cyan areas in the image. We want to achieve exactly opposite results, so we want to darken the sky. So I wouldn't push the slider all the way to the left hand side, because as we can see now, the result is very artificial, very fake. The sea turned black. So let's find the balance. If I click on this arrow, I'm resetting adjustments and getting to the default Photoshop conversion. So by default the cyans were set at 60. Let's move a little bit the slider maybe to -20. I can zoom in just to show you that when I'm adjusting the cyans, I already started getting these pixels. I can still work with the image further and enhance the contrast between the sky and clouds with curves, so I don't need to push the cyans that far, and I want to avoid any problems with fringing with pixels. Okay, so that way it looks good. Let's see if moving the blue slider is going to help us. It increases the contrast as well, so I can go maybe around -57. There are no issues visible. Maybe a little bit here, since I had the vignette caused by the lens. It's a bit of the distortion, but it doesn't look bad. Okay, so I have adjusted the cyan and blue slider. Let's see what happens if I move the reds. It's brightening the face of a model, and since there was a red color in the sand, it's brightening the sand as well. No, I don't want to introduce these changes. Let's leave it maybe around 16. I'm not going to alter greens in the image, so I'm going to leave it, and I'm not going to touch magentas either. So that way the black and white conversion of our image is ready. This is the black and white conversion, and that's the original image. As you can see, the black and white tool already allowed us to adjust contrast to enhance the sky. It's already much more interesting. The clouds are already much more defined. The same, we got a little bit more contrast between the sea and the sky, and at the bottom part of the image, the foreground, the sky. Okay, so black and white conversion is ready. Let's move ahead and start working on further adjustments of light and shadow.